weak kidneys, or frequent urination. Eat these 3 fruits weekly. Have you ever found yourself waking up more than once in the middle of the night just to go to the bathroom? Or maybe you've noticed that even during the day, you're constantly on the lookout for the nearest restroom. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. As we get older, our kidneys tend to lose some of their strength, and frequent urination becomes a frustrating part of everyday life. It's uncomfortable, it's exhausting, and it can even feel a little embarrassing sometimes, especially when you just want to enjoy a walk in the park or a dinner with friends without worrying about finding a bathroom. But here's something most people don't know. Your kidneys don't have to decline just because you've passed 60. In fact, you can nourish and support them naturally, simply by choosing the right foods. That's right. Certain fruits contain powerful compounds that gently help your kidneys stay clean, reduce inflammation, and even balance the fluids in your body. No complicated diets, no medications, just a few small changes you can make to what you eat each week. Today, I want to share 3 fruits you should start adding to your weekly routine if you're dealing with weak kidneys or constant urges to urinate. These aren't exotic or hard to find. They're simple, affordable, and delicious. And trust me, your body will thank you. Let's begin with the first fruit. It's one that many of us grew up with, especially during summer. I'm talking about watermelon. Sweet, juicy, and refreshing, watermelon isn't just a tasty treat. It's one of the most hydrating fruits you can eat. And for your kidneys, that's a game changer. You see, your kidneys work like your body's filtration system. They flush out waste and toxins, keep your blood pressure in check, and balance your body's fluids. But when they get overloaded, whether from poor diet, dehydration, or simply age, they begin to struggle. That's when you start seeing the signs: swelling in your feet, fatigue, dark-colored urine, or that constant need to go. Watermelon helps ease that burden. It's made up of over 90% water, which gently supports your kidneys by increasing urine flow in a healthy, natural way. That means less strain, better detoxification, and a reduced risk of kidney stones. Plus, watermelon contains a compound called citrulline, which helps dilate blood vessels and improve circulation. Another big win for your kidneys and bladder. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but isn't watermelon high in sugar? That's a great question. Yes, watermelon has natural sugars, but in moderation, just a cup or two a few times a week. It's perfectly safe, even for people watching their blood sugar. And if you're concerned, you can always pair it with a handful of nuts or some plain yogurt to help slow down the sugar absorption. The key is not to overdo it, just enough to get the benefits without the spike. And here's a little tip. Try eating watermelon in the morning or early afternoon. That way, your body has plenty of time to process the fluids without interrupting your sleep later. Many people find that they sleep more soundly when they avoid heavy hydration close to bedtime. Now, let's move on to the second fruit. This one might surprise you: cranberries. You've probably heard of cranberry juice being good for urinary tract infections, and that's true. But cranberries are also incredibly supportive for kidney health in general. Why? Because cranberries are packed with special compounds called anthocyanidins. Don't worry about the name. The important thing to know is that these little antioxidants help prevent bacteria from sticking to the walls of your urinary tract. That means fewer infections, less inflammation, and less strain on your kidneys and bladder. Think of it like this. Your urinary system is like a set of pipes. Over time, bacteria and debris can build up and cause blockages or infections. Cranberries help keep those pipes clean and slippery, so things can flow smoothly, literally. And when your urinary tract is healthy, your kidneys don't have to work as hard to keep up. Now, when it comes to cranberries, the form matters. A lot of the cranberry juices you'll find in stores are loaded with sugar, which completely defeats the purpose. Instead, go for unsweetened cranberry juice, just a small glass a few times a week, or even better, dried cranberries with no added sugar. Toss a handful into your salad or oatmeal, or try steeping dried cranberries in hot water and drinking it like a tea. It's soothing, especially in the evening. Some people find the tartness of cranberries a bit intense, but over time your taste buds can adjust. And that tangy flavor? That's your sign that it's doing good work inside your body. Now that we've talked about watermelon and cranberries, two fruits that hydrate, cleanse, and protect your kidneys, you're already on the right track. But there's one more fruit that's especially powerful when it comes to strengthening your kidneys and calming down that feeling of urgency. You might already have it sitting in your fruit basket right now. It's sweet, it's rich in fiber, and it's often recommended for digestive health. But what many people don't realize is just how beneficial it is for your kidneys and bladder. I'm talking about the humble apple. Apples are truly one of nature's most perfect snacks. They're low in sodium, phosphorus, and protein, three things that people with weak kidneys need to keep an eye on. But what makes apples especially powerful is their ability to reduce inflammation in the kidneys and urinary tract. You see, apples are loaded with quercetin, a natural antioxidant that helps your kidneys filter waste more efficiently. And that fiber? It does more than just keep your digestion running smoothly. Fiber helps lower cholesterol and stabilize blood sugar levels, two factors that directly impact kidney function. When your blood sugar or cholesterol is too high, your kidneys have to work harder to process and regulate your system. Over time, that extra strain wears them down, but by enjoying an apple a day, or even just a few per week, you're helping your kidneys stay calm, supported, and steady. Now, if you've ever noticed that your frequent urination comes with some burning or discomfort, apples can help with that too. Thanks to their mild alkalizing properties, they help maintain a balanced pH in the urinary system. That means less irritation and a more comfortable, natural rhythm for your bladder. And don't forget about the skin. That's where much of the magic is. The skin contains most of the antioxidants, so always wash them well and try to eat the whole fruit whenever you can. Of course, if your teeth are a little sensitive, slicing them thin or baking them for a soft dessert can make things easier while still giving you all the goodness. So now we've covered watermelon, cranberries, and apples, three powerful fruits that don't just taste great, but actually work behind the scenes to help your kidneys function better, reduce inflammation, and give your bladder a break. But let's take a moment to step back and talk about why this matters so much. When your kidneys are weak or tired, it doesn't just mean more trips to the bathroom. It affects your whole body. You might feel more tired than usual, even after a full night's sleep. Your ankles might swell. Your skin may feel dry or itchy. You might notice a metallic taste in your mouth, or even feel nauseated for no clear reason. These can all be signs that your kidneys are having a hard time keeping up. The good news? Your body is incredibly resilient. Even after 60, 70, or 80 years, your organs still respond to care and attention. The foods you eat really do send a message, either one of support and healing or one of burden and stress. By adding just a few servings of these fruits into your week, maybe some watermelon on a warm afternoon, a few dried cranberries in your oatmeal, or a crisp apple with your lunch, you're gently giving your kidneys exactly what they need to stay strong. But here's something just as important as the fruits themselves: how you eat them. Many people rush through meals or snack on the go, barely noticing the flavors or how their body feels afterward. If you can, slow down. Sit at a table. Take a few deep breaths before your first bite. These small moments of mindfulness help your digestion, reduce stress hormones, and make it easier for your kidneys to process nutrients. And of course, no matter how good your food choices are, hydration is still key. Drinking enough water throughout the day helps these fruits do their job. Think of water as the vehicle that delivers their healing compounds to your kidneys. Just small sips regularly. Don't wait until you're parched. Now, you might be wondering if there are any fruits you should avoid. That's a great question. While fruits are generally healthy, those with very high potassium or phosphorus levels, like bananas or oranges, may need to be limited if your doctor has advised you to watch those nutrients. But for most people, the three we've talked about today, watermelon, cranberries, and apples, are not only safe, they're highly beneficial. You don't have to overhaul your diet overnight. Start small. Maybe it's a slice of watermelon with your breakfast, or switching out your sugary snack for an apple. Over time, these little steps add up to something powerful. The beauty of this approach is that it's simple, gentle, and totally doable. You don't need fancy supplements or complicated rules, just real food that speaks your body's language and tells your kidneys, hey, I've got your back. And while we're here, let me ask, have you noticed any particular foods that seem to make your urination worse or better? Sometimes keeping a little food journal can help you pinpoint patterns. Maybe it's that coffee in the late afternoon that keeps you up all night running to the bathroom. Or maybe it's when you forget to drink water during the day and your body tries to catch up at night. The more tuned in you are, the more control you have. Taking care of your kidneys doesn't have to be complicated or overwhelming. In fact, it can be one of the simplest and most rewarding changes you make this year. Because once your kidneys are supported, your energy improves, your sleep gets deeper, and that nagging feeling of discomfort starts to fade. And there's still more we can do to support your kidneys even further. Simple things you might never have thought of before. Because while adding the right fruits is a great start, how we treat our bodies overall has just as much impact on our kidneys and our quality of life as we age. You see, your kidneys don't exist in isolation. They're constantly talking to your heart, your liver, your bladder, even your brain. And if you're not sleeping well, not moving enough, or carrying too much stress, your kidneys can suffer the consequences, quietly but consistently. That's why one of the best things you can do right now is to adopt a mindset of gentle, consistent care. Start by looking at your daily rhythm. Are you staying hydrated evenly throughout the day? Not just chugging water all at once, but taking small, steady sips from morning to evening? That's how your kidneys like it. They don't do well with feast or famine hydration. Drinking too much at night, for example, can overload your bladder and interrupt your sleep. But spacing out your water helps your body use every drop more efficiently. Another simple shift? Movement. I'm not talking about intense exercise or signing up for a gym. I mean easy, restorative movement, like a short walk after meals, light stretching in the morning, or even just standing up every hour to keep your blood flowing. When you move, you help your kidneys filter waste more effectively, and you improve circulation to all the organs involved in your urinary system. And let's talk about sleep for a moment. If your nights are restless because of frequent urination, your kidneys don't get the downtime they need to repair and regenerate. That creates a cycle. Poor sleep leads to poor kidney function, and poor kidney function leads to poor sleep. To help break that cycle, try cutting off fluids about 2 hours before bed. Make sure your last meal isn't too salty or heavy, and create a calming bedtime routine. Your kidneys do a lot of behind-the-scenes work while you rest, so give them the peace and quiet they deserve. You might also be surprised by how much stress affects your kidneys. Chronic stress floods your body with hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which raise blood pressure and strain the filtering systems in your body. Over time, this can speed up kidney damage. But even just 5 or 10 minutes a day of deep breathing, quiet reflection, or listening to calming music can shift your body back into balance. It doesn't have to be fancy, just something that helps you feel grounded. And remember, you're not doing this alone. So many people in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s are waking up to the truth that aging doesn't have to mean decline. Your body wants to be well. It wants to be in balance. And even if you've had years of habits that didn't serve you, it's never too late to start again. Just think about it. Something as small as swapping a sugary snack for an apple, or sipping cranberry tea in the afternoon instead of soda, or enjoying a slice of watermelon on a warm day instead of a salty treat. These are choices you can make right now that have real, lasting impact, not in some vague, far-off way, but in how you feel tomorrow, how you sleep tonight, how often you need to rush to the bathroom, or how steady and light your body feels. Your kidneys may be small, but they do big work, and they respond beautifully to small kindnesses. So, let's take a moment to review what we've learned. Watermelon hydrates and supports your kidneys by flushing out waste gently. Cranberries protect your urinary tract from harmful bacteria and keep your internal pipes clean. Apples reduce inflammation, help with fluid balance, and bring your system into alignment, all while being incredibly easy to enjoy. These aren't superfoods reserved for special diets. They're everyday fruits with everyday power, ready to help you live with more ease and energy, no matter your age. So if you're someone who's been dealing with weak kidneys, swelling, constant urination, or that frustrating feeling of always needing to go, give these fruits a try. Not once or twice, but consistently. Make them part of your routine. Let them be your allies. And while you're at it, I'd love to hear from you. Have you already been eating any of these fruits regularly? Have you noticed a difference in your kidney health or your bathroom habits? Drop a comment below and share your story. It might just encourage someone else who's struggling. If this video has been helpful to you, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. We're building a community here of people who believe that getting older doesn't mean giving up. It means growing smarter, living more intentionally, and choosing wellness every day. Let's keep learning together, supporting one another, and making the second half of life the best half. Here's to stronger kidneys, fewer bathroom runs, and a future full of vitality. You've got this, and I'm cheering you on every step of the way.